So this is a 12-year vision that we have collectively been working on, designed to lift the chronically homeless, the men and women that you typically see standing on the street corners of our respective cities, off the streets, into a place of community that allows them to heal from the ravages of living on the streets, and hopefully inspire them to rediscover an awesome purpose in their life. Well, my name is Alan Graham, and I'm the president and CEO and founder of Mobile Loaves Fishes. You're in Austin, Texas, on an awesome 27-acre master planned RV park on steroids. I would say that there's never been anything of this kind, I would say pretty much anywhere, where the community has come in so deeply and so aggressively into the work that we're doing. Wasn't always that way, though. Our model is radically different, or it appears radically different than the norm for what we're going to do for people that live in poverty. It's out of the box type of thinking. And so the pouring in that you see going on right now took really a decade to get to that point. We had to be belligerent and persistent and focused in what our dream was, and not be influenced by the negative naysayers. This one was built by this builder, Loaves Fishes, and he's one of the most exclusive custom home builders in Austin. And I've been in this several times today, and it's this cool in here all the time. And it's amazing because those windows are open up there, so it's exhausting the hot air. So we're very hopeful that this will perform really well during the heat of the summer. So this is our laundry, restroom, shower facility. Each one of these rooms are individual occupancy. So you're not going into a community shower. It's all about the dignity of people, no urinals and stalls or any of that kind of stuff. It's, you go in, you throw the bolt lock, and it's your space. And then one of 5 outdoor kitchens with a beautiful barbecue pit right here. And check this bad boy out. You know, at my house, literally the kitchen is the hub of the whole house. Everything feeds into our kitchens, the bedrooms, the living room, the den, all feeds. And as you know, that's where everybody hangs out, you know, in a typical home. So we wanted to create that environment here.
I'm Jim. I help run the landscape and farm program, and right now we're in our permaculture gardens that are a little network of vegetable and fruit beds that we grow to provide food to our residents. So we bring in lots of volunteers, but sort of the main goal of the gardens isn't necessarily food production. It's to put our residents in sort of like in leadership opportunities, in leadership roles with volunteers that come in, to give both them a transformative experience of being put in this leadership role, and also to kind of give volunteers a transformative experience of reconceptualizing their understanding of what a homeless person is. I think that what you guys are going for with the documentary is sort of hitting a lot of the underlying things here, where like tiny houses are cool and hip now, but for us they're really just a vehicle for people here to live in community. So not having these massive home structures, but having everything be based around interacting within a community. And then also, since everyone loves tiny houses now, they're a really good vehicle for getting the general public interested in our project and getting volunteers and folks like you out to come see.
My name is Bethany Hubbard, and we're sitting in the amphitheater of the Community First Village in Austin, Texas. So we're kind of at the very opening, the threshold sort of the larger village. I am married to the innkeeper for the village, so I guess that makes me I don't know if I'm the innkeeper's wife or the co-innkeeper, but we are opening a bed and breakfast here at the village, just as one more way to welcome people into what's going on here. That we have a number of units that people are going to be invited to stay in, kind of like a bed and breakfast style, and so that's what we do. And we also live on the property. My husband and I are part of what's called the missional community, and so we live here in that role too. The bed and breakfast is like everything at Mobile Loaves and Fishes, which is the parent organization of this whole village. And the mission of Mobile Loaves and Fishes is to empower communities into a lifestyle of service with the chronically homeless. And that's important because that provides the logic for something that you might not think makes any sense in a village for the formerly homeless, like a bed and breakfast. Like, is this just voyeurism where people come and look at the formerly homeless people? No, it's an opportunity for people to live the life of the village. So these units right behind me are some of the units that people are going to be able to rent as part of what we're calling the Community Inn. That's its official name. The way that it operates, we're asking for a 2-night minimum when people stay, and that's because this is not the sort of place where you pull in, you get a room for the night, and then you leave in the morning. The idea is that every time you come, you're going to be just joining in whatever's happening. So we build into everyone's stay. Part of their price includes paying one of our residents to be a guide for the day and leading the guest in a volunteer service event, for example. So you might check in on a Friday evening, get up, have breakfast on Saturday, and then go work in the gardens in the morning, or go help with the goats, or help us build a wall in the bed and breakfast, or help us bake the bread for that week. And doing that always in conversation with our own resident neighbors who live here. So our hope that is when people stay, their actual payment is helping fund the work of the village. But even more than that, they're getting a deeper opportunity to encounter the people who live here. We have thousands of volunteers who come out who are the heartbeat of this place. But for the most part, they have to leave after they've worked in the gardens for the morning, right? And so what are you going to do now? Well, hopefully you're going to come out to the amphitheater and watch a movie, or you're going to, go to one of the fire pits.
My name's Bonnie. My job here is to welcome everybody, to welcome them home, because this has become not only my home, but our fractured family's home. I call this a fractured family because of the fact that once you put a cast on a fracture, it goes from being broken to being stronger.
What we wanted to do was create an eclectic community that gave people choice. See, most of the decisions that are made for poor people are made by academic intellectuals sitting around a conference room table at some fancy university somewhere, deciding what's in the best interest of our poor people. Whereas in Marketing 101, you would never do that. You would always go to your customer and ask your customer, and we go, what would you like? Would this be something that would be cute? How about that canvas-sided cottage over there? Would that be awesome? You know? How about a unit like this? How about an RV, man? Would an RV be awesome? And that's kind of where all that came from. We have an outdoor movie theater and an amphitheater to draw people in for movie nights, concert nights, worship services. We have an organic farm, animal husbandry that's just first class on the property. We have a blacksmithing operation, a hand-tooled wood shop. We have a community grill that will be a hamburger, hot dog, Frito pie catering business. And we have a concession stand, so when the movie nights are going on, we can sell products. The concession stand will be open Saturday when we have the big blacksmithing competition. We have an art house to empower people who are gifted in that creative way to create products that we can move into the economy so they can earn a dignified living. And it just goes on and on and on. It's actually infinite to the number of people that there are on the earth that have gifts that they want to share with us. And so we try to create the venue to be little micro entrepreneurs, whether it's creating products in the art shop or the blacksmithing or the wood shop, or working in landscaping or concession stands or catering and a myriad of other businesses that we could create. It's just recognizing that people just want to be able to go out and do some small things. They don't have to earn $1 billion. They just need to be able to earn a modest living income, and that's what the goal is. People do apply to live here. There's a process called a coordinated assessment through one of our partner agencies. There's actually a homeless management information system in this city and most cities of any magnitude. There is a rent structure. Our number one covenant to living in this community is you must pay rent. Rents can be as low as $225 a month, all bills paid to live in a canvas-sided cottage, up to about $325 a month to live in the unit that we're sitting in front of here. The highest microhome would be $375 a month, all bills paid, and then to live in a fully self-contained recreational vehicle is $380 a month plus electricity and propane. Our hope is that we're creating a new movement. We're creating a new movement that moves this discussion about housing from a transactional discussion to a relationship discussion. And so it's not only meant for the chronically homeless, but it's meant for everybody of every walk in life to come in and reevaluate how we're living, how we're consuming, how we're not very happy consuming, as much as we are. That we could dial that back probably 70 to 90% and be equally as happy.
As Stephen and I kind of plan things for the bed and breakfast, we actually talk a lot about homemaking, which I think for most people, they think like June cleaver, pearls, and vacuum cleaner sort of thing. And he and I, that's one of the things actually we connected about even early on before we were married, like this idea that homemaking is one of the most radical, revolutionary things you can do in this day and age. But we hope that when people come, like, on the one hand, they're coming and they are giving a service. They are benefactors in a real and beautiful way. But we also hope that when they come, maybe because they're staying in a fun vintage trailer that doesn't really look like their house, their mind's going to be open to different ideas about how to do their lives on a larger scale, right? That it's like, it provides sort of enough dislocation to say, you know, have you thought about interacting with your neighbors differently? Have you thought about, you know, structuring your family's life schedule differently, or reevaluating your priorities or the way you spend your money, or, you know, and that to me is such a deep hope in part of all this. Like, I want to provide a really good breakfast for people, and I want to, you know, make sure that these are as cute as they can be, but like, I want to do all that so that it can open people up to kind of thinking about homemaking, so that, I mean, because chronic homelessness, I mean, it's just been climbing and climbing and climbing really since the late 60s, early 70s. And it's going to take more than government programs or nonprofits to really get to the heart of that. So we hope that we can participate in that as innkeepers.
Hey guys, it's Alexis.
And Christian.
Thank you very much for watching our video.
Yes, and subscribing to our channel.
And don't forget to check out more tiny house stories.
And tours.
Oh, and don't forget to join us on Patreon.
And again, don't forget to subscribe.
See you next time.
Take it easy, guys.